And there's pressure to repair the damaged spillway of the dam as soon as possible. And the reason why it needs to be done fast is there is rain in the forecast later this week. If it isn't fixed, you could have a disastrous flood. Let's show you some pictures of the Oroville Dam from a drone. This is about 75 miles north of Sacramento. The lake behind the dam is filled to overflowing thanks to the heavy snow and rain they've had in Northern California recently. Now, earlier this week, authorities discovered serious damage to the main spillway. It's a hole some 200 feet long and 30 feet deep. There's also erosion on the emergency spillway. That's what engineers are most concerned about. The problem is if that structure gives way, you could have massive flooding downstream, and that's why authorities evacuated 200,000 people from towns in Yuba, Sutter, and Butte counties.
If that is not addressed and we don't take care of that and mitigate it properly, essentially what we're looking at is approximately a 30-foot wall of water that would be coming out of the lake. Not the lake draining, but a 30-foot wall of water.
Now, yesterday afternoon, there was panic as residents were given just a few minutes to pack up their belongings and head to higher ground. Some people had 5 minutes to jump in their cars and take off. Gas stations ran out of fuel. Roads were gridlocked, as you can see. There was chaos.
I had my grandparents at one house, my mom at the other house, and then there was us. So there was a lot of communication over the phone, a lot of yelling, a lot of high, intense emotions.
It's terrifying. You just sit by the AM radio in the car and hope for the best, sitting there in traffic 3 hours trying to get to Sacramento, get away from the water.
As for fixing that spillway, they're using heavy equipment now to break up boulders and pack them into large bags. The work went on early this morning. Those bags of rocks will be dropped by helicopter into the crevice that opened up in the emergency spillway. They're going to use 8 helicopters to deliver the bags of rocks and basically drop that material into the hole to plug it up. Engineers say water has stopped coming down the emergency spillway. The lake level is dropping a little bit. They're assessing the damage now so they can figure out exactly when to begin the repairs. Now, there were some Southern California emergency crews that were on their way to Northern California this morning. Swift water rescue crews from Long Beach, LA County, and LA fire departments. But because the situation has eased up a little there in Oroville, those folks are now headed back home. They are no longer needed, at least not right now, in that area.